Good morning, Class 5-3. Mr. Waterman here with today's Language Arts lesson in Period 2. It is Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020. I hope you all are safe and well. Let's continue. We are now going to be working out of our Jalapeno Bagels workbook. We are on pages 126 and 127 today. Okay? First, we're going to look at prompts for writing. It says to follow the directions in each box. Okay? So, first, what I would like you to do is I would like you to place a check mark in front of the directions prompt. Okay? So, we have been looking at jalapeno bagels and we have looked at recipes on how to make certain things. And with the recipes, we have to list the ingredients, what we use to make them, and then below the ingredients, we have directions on how to make a certain food, a certain dish. It tells us everything we need to do from start until finish. This is what I would like you to do. I would like you to give me directions on how to make kimbap. So I'm going to put a star up here and write directions on how to make kimbap. Because I know many of your mothers make kimbap and many of your grandmothers have made kimbap and perhaps you have made kimbap with them. Okay? So it says, now write the word or words that are clues to the prompt you are going to write about. So the word and words that you can use, you can write kimbap, okay? And you can write any other word that you would need to help you to write the directions for kimbap. Okay? The next box says, think about the prompt you have chosen and tell what you will write about. Well, is this a very easy dish to make? Is it easy? Quick? Is it delicious? And in box number 4, it says list 3 details that you will include in your writing. So again, you can tell me, do you make this for lunch? Do you make it for dinner? Do you take this on a picnic? Any details you want to write to explain why you want to make kimbap or why you enjoy making kimbap would be fantastic in your directions, because if you make it sound like a fun and easy and delicious recipe to make, many people will want to make it. Okay? Now, after you have finished on page 126, please go to page 127. This is just our comprehension check. Baking story ideas. It says Pablo helps make chango bars by. So what I've done to help you is says I have put the page numbers where you can find the answers. Okay, since you all have copies of the stories. Please listen as I read each sentence. Pablo helps make chango bars by. You can find this answer on page 201. Number 2. When Papa makes bagels, he uses a family recipe that belonged. You can find this on page 202. Number 3. 3 recipes that most likely come from Mama's Mexican culture are. You can find one recipe on page 196, one on page 199, and one on page 201. Okay? Now, if you have trouble finding the answers, I can show you how to skim or look quickly for them after I finish. Okay? Finally, number 4. The treat that Pablo decides to take to International Day is. You can find this answer on page 210. Let's do one together. Let's do number 1. Pablo helps make chango bars by. Okay, so here's my story. We're on page 201. Please listen as I read the page. Maybe I'll bring empanadas de Calabasa instead. You'll figure it out, she says. Ready to make chango bars? Mama lets me pour in the chocolate chips and nuts. When she's not looking, I pour in more chocolate chips. I could bring chango bars. They're my favorite dessert. Mine too, says Mama. This batch should be especially good. I put in extra chips. So let's go back and look. Pablo helps make chango bars by. Well, it says, Mama lets me pour in the chocolate chips and nuts. So these are our keywords. Pour in the chocolate chips and nuts. So when I write my answer, I'm going to write, Pablo helps make chango bars by pouring, Pouring, pouring in the chocolate chips and nuts. And there you have it. Now I'm going to put a check mark because that example answer has been done. Okay? So when you're looking at page 202, as you're looking for the answer, listen to me as I read the page. So number 2, when Papa makes bagels, he uses a family recipe that belonged. Here we are on page 202. My father calls from the back room. Pablo, come help me with the bagels. Papa speaks English and Yiddish. He learned Yiddish from his family in New York City. I know some words too. Bube means grandmother. He uses my Bube's recipe to make the bagels. First, he makes the dough in a big metal bowl. Then he rolls it out into a long rope shape. He cuts off pieces and shows me how to connect the ends in a circle. We put the circles on trays where they sit and rise. Number 3. 3 recipes that most likely come from Mama's Mexican culture are... First, I'll go back to page 196. Please listen as I read the page. Early Sunday morning, when it is still dark, my mother wakes me up. "Pablo, it's time to go to work," she says. We walk down the street to the bakery. My father turns on the lights. My mother turns on the ovens. She gets out the pans and ingredients for pan dulce. Pan dulce is Mexican sweetbread. That's 1. Now, let's go to page 199. Next, we make empanadas de calabaza, pumpkin turnovers. I'm in charge of spooning the pumpkin filling. Mama folds the dough in half and presses the edges with a fork. She bakes them until they're flaky and golden brown. Some customers come to our bakery just for her turnovers. And let's look at page 201 for the last hint. Maybe I'll bring empanadas de calabasa instead. You'll figure it out, she says. Ready to make chango bars? So we talked about chango bars already. That should be easy. That's your last hint. Now, let's look at number 4. The treat that Pablo decides to take to International Day is... And we'll go to page 210. And suddenly, I know exactly what I'm going to bring. Jalapeno bagels, I tell my parents. And I'll spread them with cream cheese and jam. Why jalapeno bagels? Asks Papa. Because they are a mixture of both of you, just like me. Okay, students, that's all for today's activities out of the Jalapeno Bagels workbook. If you have any questions, please email Mr. Waterman. Have a great day studying and stay healthy and well, everyone. I look forward to seeing you all in class very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.